Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my Quilting Life Insomnia Quilting Series, episode 27. Um, I am working on episode 26's stuff, the improv quilt, which is what I like to do, is make quilts. And I don't like to have patterns really. I like to design them, but I don't like to work with that stuff all the time. So I'm just making whatever I feel like making. And last night I started something and I said I'd come back tonight and work on it. And yeah. Hi Anne, hi Vicky. Let me get this on and the volume down. Oh, whoa, that's kind of loud. There we go. So I'm working on my improv quilt. Last night I made all these 4 patches after kind of like screwing stuff up. And it didn't turn out the way I had seen it in my mind as I was cutting. So I made 4 patches. The next thing I'm doing is taking my 5.5 by 3-inch rectangles, same with the size on my rectangles of background fabric, and I am sewing them together, creating this piece. So I'm going to take all of these and 4 patches and make some blocks. And I have also come to the conclusion that the fabric that I took out for I was going to use on a different quilt's backing, I have decided to use it as sashing for blocks that I'm making with this. Why? Because I can. So I'm going to say, screw the other color and do the color that I had last night. Hi, Kim. All right, so I'm going to take a drink of my cold water and get started. How's everybody tonight? Everybody in their pajamas, having fun, sewing, doing something, or just laying in bed? Okay. I had to put a different shirt on tonight though, because I didn't realize that my pajama top was kind of see-through, and I'm not going to come on live with a see-through shirt. At least I didn't think it was see-through, but when I was tying my hair up out of the way tonight, I managed to realize that my shirt was see-through. So yeah, I figured that I would take a second, or else I would have came on exactly at 10:30 so that I can time myself to get off at a certain time. Hi, Teresa. What are you doing up? Can't sleep? Well, time to start sewing these. So I'm just going to put them right sides together. I'm going to tip that down just a little so that you can see everything that I'm doing, or mostly what I'm doing. And I'm going to start sewing these together with a 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to be running out of bobbins soon because I have not replaced it, and I totally forgot to wind one before starting the video. So I'm going to sew this whole stack. There's quite a few here, and then I can start building blocks. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to go with the direction I was trying to do last night when I was laying them on my extension table right here. I think that would look cool, and that's how I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to make blocks and sash them. I think that will look really cool. It'll be something that I'll need to lay out to make sure that what I'm doing looks right. I'll be going back to sleep. Okay. Kind of figured it's late. Hi, Daniel. Spending time here with you on Saturday. Awesome. Yep, this is all I'm doing. I was getting something ready to do for tomorrow's Sew Sunday. I have another project that's for a client that I need to work on, so I was taking out all the pieces and working on getting the scraps, because it's made from scraps. I was working on getting all the scraps together so that I can put something together with it all, so I'll work on that tomorrow. It's just me playing with scraps, honestly, but gives me something to do tomorrow. I don't want to do it tonight because I have this to do, and I want to see how far I can get with this project. and I like to sew, so I'm having fun. Hi, Tanya. One of these days I'll be able to have a specific time. I have a way that I can tell you guys if I'm going to come on, but if I pre-plan a time that I'm going to come on, it'll never happen. Except for Sew Sunday, and sometimes that doesn't happen exactly when it's supposed to. So, but Sunday, I'm hoping that I can come on at a specific time every time I come on and do my videos. That way everything can be consistent. And once I get used to that specific time, then it will probably be easier to do these things. Yes, don't forget to like and share. Thank you for the reminder, Teresa. Got 14 people here, but only what, five of you talking? Which is fine, no big deal. I know some people watch from devices where they can't talk. I don't mind. I just like hanging out with you guys. Teaching new things, because maybe what I make turns out to look really cool. It's been a while since I pieced together blocks randomly like this and just had fun with lots of pieces. Lately I've been doing stuff with layer cakes and things like that, and just, you know, making whatever happens from a layer cake kind of things. Don't get me wrong, those are like really cool, but every once in a while I need to take and mess around with other stuff. Make more than just the same thing over and over. I don't think I'm sewing these fast enough though. I think I'm going kind of slow. It's like it's shaking my table so much. It feels slow. The slow part is putting every piece on over and over again. There's got to be a way. Just need a helper. I think that's what I'm going to teach Triana to do, is take one piece and take another, line them on top of each other and pass them to me. I'm going to teach her how to do that. That's what I'm doing. That way all I have to do is throw it under the machine. It'd be nice if it was already ready. I guess that would take the fun out of everything though. Having it all prepped and prepared. Here's one for you, since I'm talking about prepped and prepared. Has anybody ever made a kit that all the pieces were already cut? Like one of those kits that you can get, the pieces are already cut and all you have to do is sew them together according to the directions? I have never done one of those before, so I'm curious if other people have. And if not, is it because you prefer to cut your own and do your own thing? Or do you prefer to have it already pre-cut and all you have to do is sew it together kind of thing? Is it easier? Like some people I know have, you know, medical issues that probably make it hard to cut, but love to sew things together. Sorry, I'm cleaning some dust while I talk. So yeah, let me know. And if you're watching this video after the fact, let me know. Have you done a kit that's pre-cut? I'm not talking a kit where you get like an eighth of this and an eighth of that and an eighth of that, and that's for this pieces. And I'm talking about a kit where everything is already cut into pieces. And if you haven't done it, is it because you prefer to cut yourself? Or, and if you have done it, do you find it easier Does it help? Does it save time? Where was I? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Gwen from Kansas. Finished the skateboards quilt. I used 12 or 13 fat quarters. Awesome. Nope, it costs more to have pre-cuts. I didn't know that. Did a Christmas stocking like that. That was Kim. Daniel says, I like to super starch everything before cutting. So no, that makes sense. Gwen inherited one, but haven't done it yet. Anne would love to. I don't know. I think I would do it, but I wouldn't have as much fun, I think, because I like to cut everything and I like to do everything start to finish. I'm one of those quilters that I like every single part, from picking the fabric all the way to the binding. I enjoy it all. Some people say, well, I don't like this part, especially binding. I hear binding all the time. That is one that everybody hates. I actually enjoy the cutting and the hoping I get it right and hoping that it is accurate type thing, you know. A pre-cut kit would save time though when it comes to making gifts for people, I guess. So there would be one thing, you know, just buy a pre-cut kit and make a gift for someone. And it takes about an hour's worth of cutting out of the project, so you can get it done quite a bit faster, I guess. But I still think I need every part. And there we have it. And I don't have any. Happened again. My bobbin has been getting stuck in here. There we go. Now I have to re-thread and everything to wind a bobbin. I knew it was going to run out. Get in the hole. My nails are too long. I have to go get them trimmed and filled. They're my real nails, but I get them acrylic. So that I can have them stronger, because I have really thin nails. I'm gonna roll 3. That way I'm ready. That way I'm not wasting my time here, and I can have some already wound. Kim would rather do it all herself, and cutting skills suck, so I would love to try one myself. My hands swell so bad. Yeah, that would be a reason to have it pre-cut for you. And I'm sorry if this is loud. Winding bobbins is kind of on the louder side, I guess. But it goes quick. Maria. I use pre-cut strips and squares sometimes, but not quilt kits. Well, I use pre-cut strips, like, 10-inch squares and 2.5-inch squares and so on. But I cut them usually, so that involves cutting. But there is kits that you can buy that everything is already cut into exact sizes. Sorry, I gotta prevent a little bit of this dust from landing on me. But yeah, I would try one just to do it, but I don't know, because I make big quilts, and I know a lot of those kits come for lap and such sizes. I want a big quilt, and I don't want to make something small, so then you'd have to buy more than one kit to make the size that you actually want to do, I love my little needle threader. It's helping me so much since I've never learned how to use this thing. And so far it's only worked twice for me, and never since. My threader, my brother's threader is easy to use, but this one, I don't know. I've done it even what the book says and made it adjusted my needle to where it's all the way up. I've adjusted it slightly down. I've pressed my up and down. I don't know why I can't get it anytime. Hi, Robbie. Anybody else sewing tonight? Or are you guys just hanging out in your pajamas with me? Watching? It's not too late for me. Right now it's only 10:54, so I have a whiles to go. I have enough time to sit and do this for a while. Actually, not enough time. I have plenty of time. I have all the time in the world. I don't think YouTube has all the time in the world, though, because you can only record up to 11 hours and 59 minutes. Which is pretty darn crazy. I can't even last on Mom and Pop's long 12-hour stream. I have to take breaks, switch devices a bazillion times. Hi, Jim. And you're going to start finishing a quilt top, almost done. Kim has the batting cut for her rag quilt, so hopefully start sewing it tomorrow. Anne was getting started, but baby grandson went into screaming fits to come into my room, and now watching you, LOL. No sewing for you today. I know what it's like about the kids and their screaming fits. Seems to happen when we want to do something. That's what kids do. I'm singing, by the way, kind of softly to myself, since I realized my voice really, really sucks. Bronchitis really killed my throat. Messed up my singing. So sad. Hi, Future Cat. I actually managed to catch one of your lives. Well, that's awesome. Glad you're here. I think the Insomniac Series 1s and my Sunday videos are the easiest ones to catch alive. The ones that I do in between randomly throughout the day and throughout the week, they're harder to catch because not everybody gets a notification, and I don't usually announce before I go live because I don't have a schedule. I just go live when I go live. And unfortunately, YouTube's little notification tab doesn't always work. Go figure. You'd think it would work by now. YouTube has made so many changes, but no. I usually, when I go on YouTube, people that I watch, if they go live all the time like I do, just often and random, I usually, if I don't get a notification and I get on, I'll go to their page and just see if they're on, and if they're not, I'll go to another person's page and see if they're on, you know. And then there's the ones that go live religiously, so those are the ones that I watch. And then there's the ones that post videos. I never seem to get a notification of their new video, and it ends up way, way, way far down because so many people have posted since then. It's crazy. It's normally a time zone problem with me, or I'm in New Zealand. What time is it in New Zealand? Hi, June. I only found you on because the cat wanted in. Awesome, Jim. At least the cat kind of got you checking your YouTube. Okay, these are going a little bit faster than I had thought, which is good, even after rolling 3 bobbins. And for those that are new to quilting, if you're wondering why I'm just throwing one piece in right after the other, it is called chain piecing. Saves on thread and saves on time, honestly. Instead of building one block at a time, you save time by building all the pieces and then building all the blocks. I think it works easier. But if you only have time to make one block a day, you know, then just do it one at a time. Which is just fine. There's no rush in this quilting. Especially if you're enjoying what you're doing. Hi, Sue. No, I haven't. No, you haven't. What? Let's see. Where was I? Unless you were talking to someone else. I don't know what that is for. I thought about buying pre-wound bobbins. Are they worth it? I wouldn't know. I don't buy them. You're gonna have to ask somebody else here. I have heard that they are considerably a lot more thread on them. And I guess it saves time with having them pre-wound, but I don't buy them. I don't have the money. I do have some though that I got as a gift. So I have some pre-wound bobbins, and they look fuller than what my bobbin winder winds, if that makes any sense. So, I mean, they might be worth it. I have to put them in my brother machine because they definitely are not the size for this machine. So for now, I haven't used them yet. I have to do something real quick while I'm doing this at the same time, so I can't see comments real quick. Okay. Back to the other screen. Okay. Sorry about that. I'll read the comments in 2 seconds when it loads. Okay, let's see. Sue loves pre-wound bobbins. Vicky says, Jim, if they fit your machine, I don't buy them. They don't fit my machine, but great idea. Yeah, I don't I mean, I guess you're gonna have to order pre-wound bobbins specifically for your machine. You know, I think you would have to get the kind that are for your machine. I know they sell them for everything though, because they sell them for long arms because it comes up always because my Google, shows that I bought a long arm. And I get, the Google ads that come up on the side of every website you go on. I get ads all the time for pre-wound bobbins and all sorts of stuff. And thread and fabric. And speaking of fabric, I got my customers fabric in to start a pug quilt. It is adorable, the fabric that I got. And I bought a another fabric to go with it, one of the prints that goes along with the panel, and then the rest of the fabric I'm going to match from the quilt store, because I'm making, it's going to be the pug block, and then I'm going to make a block, and then it'll be pug block, and then I'll make a block, so I'll alternate it to make a twin size. So give me a few minutes, and then I will show you guys that came. I ordered from Hancock's of Paducah. So, or Hancock's of Paducah. I don't know what it's called. I just know it's called Hancock's. I ordered from there. I like sometimes when I get customer quilts because I get to order fabric from places that I never order fabric from, And things that I would never order on a regular basis either. But it was definitely a challenge for the hunt for pug fabric. Spoonflower. If you guys didn't know what Spoonflower is, they digital print specific things on fabric, so you can find anything. But they didn't have pugs on quilting cotton. They had it on everything else but quilting cotton. So I ended up finding what I did because it's a Robert Kaufman line called, hold on, Paws and Whiskers, or Whiskers and Paws, or I don't even know. I'll have to read it on the selvage, but yeah, Whiskers and Tails, Paws, Whiskers and Tails. I don't know, whatever it's called. But I ended up finding that instead because Spoonflower was also quite a bit more expensive anyway. Let's see. My mom found 164 for $20, big sale. She gave me half of them. I find they have lots of thread on them and so great. I have a Singer Anna Janome. Kim only pre-winds from my machine is the filament ones for the embroidery. What's a punk quilt? I have no idea who said something about a punk quilt. Did I say something? Pug, not punk, pug, if that's what you're talking about. I have a Bernina that has special bobbins. Okay, that. Oh, that makes a lot of difference. Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes if I say something and I'm sewing, maybe you can't hear exactly what I'm saying. But yes, I have a customer, client, whatever you want to call it, who ordered a custom pug quilt with Pug, the doggy pugs, pug dogs on it. And it's me getting creative. What can I make with pugs for a turning 14-year-old boy? So that's going to be fun. I have a 14-year-old boy, so hopefully he will give me guidance when I say, does that look okay? Do you think I did that right? Would you want this quilt? Typically, Cyrus has no input on any of that, though. He usually says, Mom, I know nothing about this. How am I supposed to tell you what it looks like? I'm like, but I made you a quilt and you love it. So you have some kind of opinion, But no, he doesn't have that. Neither does Scott. He just says it's beautiful. That's all he says. That's why I have you guys. I have lots and lots of opinions with you guys. Just hanging out in my PJs. Me too, Robbie. Me too, guys. Well, not my top. It's not my PJ top. This is what I call for the quilt room live videos only top. I literally keep them hung in the closet, and then like once a week when Scott does the laundry, if I wore this one every day, he'd wash this. If I wore a different one, then he'd wash that. But when I go live, I only wear these shirts. That way I'm not always in a tank top. Although when it comes to the summer, you probably, just like last summer, will never see me with anything but a tank top on. And that is only because I live where I live. So yeah, when that time comes, it'll come. And it's coming soon because it's already like 80 degrees outside during the day. It's like 62 at night and 80 something during the day. Although today was windy. So it's like 56 out right now. But that's not bad. Just the kind of weather that I love. And look, I have just enough pieces. Yay! I didn't miss a piece. Got it all. All right, so let me find my little, where is my thingamabobber? Oh, there it is. My thingamabobber. I'm going to snip all these apart and then turn them on. And then when I'm over there ironing all these back, I will show you guys the pug panel fabric stuff. It's really cool. I'm so jealous. I was going to bed when I seen Tiff was on. Are you working on the same quilt you were last night? Yes, I am. Jim turned our heat off. Got in the 60s in Iowa today. Future cat, summer is almost over here. Trees are starting to turn. I don't know why I'm bothering turning them. I'll just snip them apart because I always turn them once I get to the iron anyway. As long as they're all the same side up, that's all that matters for me. That way when I get to the iron, I'm not having to find the dark and the light fabric, and I can just roll it back. Makes it easier. This is sure a lot of pieces, guys. I wasn't counting either. I should have counted. Each block that I'm going to make is going to have 2 pieces in it of this and 2 of the 4-patch blocks. So, and there was twice as many 4 patches, or I mean 3-inch squares than there was of these 5.5 by 3. So, or maybe there wasn't, I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe there's twice as many of these. I'm not sure. Because now I turned those into 4 patches. So we'll see what I end up with shortly. Because I'm going to do my stack and chain piece thing that I do. You guys will get to see how I do that. It's quite fun. Not fun. You just have to pay attention. Well, it is fun, but I don't know. Whatever. You can make up your own opinion when you see me do it. It's how I end up chain piecing when I make big block stacks and I get my blocks made really fast. All right. So here's this wonderful stack. Let me go over to the iron now and I will turn you guys that way. I'm going to stick this right here. Let me look real quick. Is your long arm and frame brand? I'm buying one next summer. Any advice? I'll get to that in 2 seconds about the long arm. I just did open my windows to air the house. We have our windows all open in the house right now too. It's just crazy for early March, not complaining. I'm in Missouri and we'll pay for this weather later. All right. First off is the pugs, and it's Robert Kaufman, Bob Bougie, Bougie, I guess. Whiskers and Tails. I knew it was something. Technically, this is 3 panels, so I'm just going to hold it to where you can see 1 panel. And it has more. So it's 1 panel. There's 3 of them here, though. So this is what I chose for pugs. And I have 3 panels worth because I needed plenty of pieces. So 3 panels worth. That's a lot of pug faces. And then to go with it, here is the paw print, same line. And the colors that are in these little paw prints are all the colors that are in all these pieces. See? My favorite face is this one. He's like, oh, please, please, pick me up, please. So here's the matching print. And it looks like it's off-white, but it's actually like a grayish cream tan all in one. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to choose for everything else. I'm going to choose the colors that these little prints, paw prints are, which are the same colors as everything in here. So that's what my alternating blocks will be made of. And I got this for anybody that's curious from Hancock's of Paducah. Hancock's of Paducah. That's where it came from. So it's super adorable. Not something I would normally have, but yeah. All right, let me bring the camera over here and I can talk about long arm then while I'm pressing. Let's bring that down. Bring this over so you guys can see. Okay, so long arm wise, my long arm is sort of a brand name. It is a King Quilter 2 Elite. It is pretty much the same thing as Handy Quilter. So that's what it is. And it is an awesome machine, but I do recommend if you are going to buy a machine, you need to go test them out. Seriously, test them out first, because I wasn't able to test my machine out, but I did play with Handy Quilter machines, quite a few different ones and styles and sizes. And I went with 18-inch. I could use more than 18 inches, but I went with 18-inch because my reach. I am short for one, and for two, I have MS. So I didn't want a big, huge machine because I didn't want to be going way like this to move the machine on a bigger frame, you know, to get the backside if I'm working on feathers or something. I didn't want to have to reach. I want to just stand and do this. And I can get all 18 inches while standing in upright position. So make sure whatever you choose is something that is in your reach. Another thing is make sure it is in your budget. You do not want to buy something that you don't actually have the money for. And I'm saying this out of importance here. I like to look at you guys. Do not, for those that are thinking about long arms, do not buy a machine if you cannot afford it. If you don't have at least $7,000 to $10,000 and know that you are going to make up for it somehow, don't buy it if you don't have it. I have not. My goal was to quilt for people. I had outgrown my mid-arm. I quilt very nicely. I thought more people would start coming to me. It didn't happen. I figured by now it would have paid itself off. Not at all. Not in the slightest. And I have quilted as many quilts as it would have took to pay it off so far with it. but it's not paid off because most of them are mine for this channel. So, I mean, if you have the money and you're just having it for personal use and you think in all the gifts and stuff that you make for people or all the donations that you think it's worth it in value to you to pay that much money for a long arm, do it. If you don't buy Gamel, especially because those are up here in price. And then you have the ones like I have that are down here in price. And then you got the middle ones, that are oh my God, what is the name of those machines? They got the Millie and the all those names. You guys know what I'm talking about. It starts with an I. I looked at the company too before buying a quilt, but I totally forgot the name of it. Whatever. Buy something that's in your value. Or if you're really thinking about doing it and then all you're doing is making donation quilts and family quilts, buy a used long arm. Nobody says you can't play with somebody's used long arm. Most people have them set up when you go to purchase. You know what I mean? So you show up, and if you don't like it, don't buy it. Used long arms are way cheaper. So that's my little rant on that. If I would have known that I wasn't going to be, it's been over a year now, if I wasn't going to be where I needed to be to pay it off or make it even worth the value, I would have went with something different. And I would have just bought a Grace machine, which is the cheapest. You can get a Grace machine. I think it's a GQ or something like that. Q something. I forgot what it's called. It's only a 16-inch, or they have whatever. It's only like $3,200 on a frame. But that's small. Don't know how long it's going to last. I didn't like the Grace machine that I played with, but it's up to everybody's own personal opinion, I guess, on certain machines. But if you want to make money, you got to buy a more expensive machine because you need all the bells and whistles, I guess. I don't know. That's what I was thinking when I bought mine. But I didn't get to where I wanted to be yet. And now it's not paying for itself, and it's making it really hard income-wise for us. So you have to think, is it worth it or is it not worth it? That's all I got to say. I think I'm going to end that conversation because I can go off. I have a bazillion things. I love my machine. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love having it. Makes life easier. And I don't like that my name is out there. Everybody knows who I am. Everybody likes my quilting and says that they want me to quilt for them. And then they never show up. That's the problem. I don't know. It frustrates me. And if you are one of those people and you are watching my video, it just frustrates me. Don't frustrate me. Don't tell me you're going to do something and don't do it. Sorry. Here, let's iron now. My goodness. Okay, let's see. Okay, puppies. Let's see. Hi, Jody. Sue has snow chance this Thursday. Jim says nothing for summer too dry. Puppies. We used to have a pug. That's what I'm afraid of. Kim. Nice colors. Hi, Lisa. Be my friend. What color thread are you going to use when I long arm it? When I long arm this? Is that what you're talking about, Daniel? I'll probably use white because there's more white than anything in here. There's a cartoon show with those guys my little granddaughter likes on it. That's cute. Vicky, did you have a good day? Hi, Tammy. Hi, everyone's guy showing the pug panel. So cute, right? Isn't it? I'm not a dog person, but not that I hate dogs. I don't like their little paws on the floor, but pugs are cute. I also like Shar-Peis. I had a Shar-Pei. She was adorable. I also had a pit bull, a red-nosed pit, and I loved her. And I also had a Min Pin, and my Min Pin and my pit bull really got along great. But I had to get rid of my Min Pin because she became a problem when she went through the doggy change, when she started her doggy period. She started peeing and pooping all over my house and would not stop. It was crazy. I don't know what was wrong with her. And she was fully potty trained too. So a friend of mine took her and raised her up there, which was good. Great advice. I plan to play with it only for myself, not going in debt. Thank you. Awesome. I didn't put myself in debt, but I definitely should have made a different choice at first and just outgrew that kind of machine for something else while I waited for the clientele to come. But you never know what's going to happen when you start long arming, especially if you're trying to do it for a job. And that was supposed to be my job. But so far, it's not. This is my job. This and children. Oh, and space. Yes, Tammy, you need space. If those of you who are wanting to get a long arm, you need space. Mine is in the garage. We knew we had room in the house, but it was too loud to put in the house, and I didn't want the girls to mess with it. So no kids and lots of space, because kids will just want to mess with it. I mean, kids over 5 years old will probably know better, but kids under 5, nah, they'll just want to climb on it and mess around. And so, yeah, but I doubt any of you have kids that are that age, unless you're taking care of your grandkids or nieces and nephews and stuff, because we're all past that age of having littles running around. And I know that because most of you have told me we're past that age. I may seem like I'm old enough to have kids, but I don't want kids no more. Done. Can't have them anyway, so that's a plus. Hi, Deborah. So today it was okay. Let's see. Tammy has a Jack Russell and a pit bull. How cute! Cute combination. And then the pug quilt. What do you charge per square inch? 2 cents per square inch if you just want something basic. If you want me to do something super custom, then the price will change. And now I don't have really any set price because I just like to quilt, honestly. It goes up just a little, not much. And you were meaning, oh, you were meaning the thread maybe on the pug quilt? I don't know. I usually choose the thread before I get to quilting, if that's what you're talking about. The room I think would be a good Miss Forever would be my husband's man cave. I wish we had rooms like that here. Deborah is working on a baby quilt. Space would be a future cat's problem too. Sewing room is tiny and don't have a proper garage or basement. Deborah has a 3-pound chihuahua. What? That is a tiny little chihuahua. My cat weighs more than that. My cat is 12 pounds. He was 14, but he lost a little bit of weight. Two great Pyrenees. What's a Pyrenee? I don't know if I've ever seen that kind of dog before. And a Dachshund, a mini Dachshund. Ooh, that's crazy. Hi, Nita. Hi, Teresa. Sue's daughter-in-law stopped last night and asked for 5 baby blankets, crocheted or quilted. 5 co-workers' wives pregnant. Crazy. She's spoiled rotten. They are giant, fluffy, white dogs. Okay. Interesting. So, like, hairy like a chow, or like a poodle, or what kind of hairy? Jim's got 2 cats, 11.5. I don't know what the ANS stands for. Robbie doesn't have space either in a 771 square foot apartment. Sue says they are beautiful dogs. I bet. I'm gonna have to look that up too. Great Pyrenees, I think is how that's said. Did you tell her it was time for her to buy a machine? Did I tell who it was time to buy a machine? Or did you talking to there for the friend that for Sue, who has someone that wants her to make all sorts of stuff? Daughter-in-law. I would be teaching your daughter-in-law to quilt too. Like, you do that yourself. Here's how it works. Hi, Anne. Got so many new names here tonight. Well, at least ones that I don't remember seeing. You probably watched my videos for a while, but you finally caught me for the first time. That's probably what it is. You bought her one. Well, then, Sue, it's time to teach her to make it. Tell her to do it herself. I'm just kidding. You can do it if that's what makes you happy, obviously. Could you text me? I am doing the baby quilt with my great grandson's outfits. I need help. Yeah, you guys can message me on Facebook and or Instagram and or email me directly. All of my social media is in the links below in the description of every single video. So if you guys have questions or anything like that, and if I don't get to it right away, it's because I'm probably doing something else. So, and most of the time I check email at night anyway, after I've already finished for the day in here. All right, so I'm going to be turning the camera now. Let's go over here. I'm going to face you guys down like this. Honestly, I'm going to just turn the camera around because, hi there. That way I can see if I'm in the screen. So let's turn that around. There we go. I need to be able to see if I'm in frame, so that works. All right. Anne has been watching my videos, very new to sewing, trying to teach myself. Well, awesome. Great. That's awesome. Oh, thanks, Kim. I am a good teacher, I think. I would have loved to learn from myself when I started. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Stack of these, although it looks like an equal stack, which is good because I'm using 2 from each stack. I'm gonna separate them. I'm gonna place one like this, one like that. And I want 2 totally different pieces to go like this. Can you see that? Am I close enough? Right there. There we go. Close enough. And then one like this. So they're like opposites. Okay. And then I'm going to do it all over again, but on top like this. So I'm looking at this piece to make sure that my next couple pieces are not the same. So this is how I totally stack everything up and make, those are the same as that one. Those aren't the same. So that would be my next block. You see how this is going here, guys? I make it complete in 100%. 100%. Mixing it around, but stacking the whole entire thing. See? So there's another block. And then I just keep going over and over and over until all of my blocks are laying on here. Everything is mixed up. That one. And that one. That works. And I just make a big, huge stack. Over and over. And I think I'm going to slide this back and bring this down because I'm reaching kind of too far here. There we go. Very busy, starting a tactical jail in charge, college for masters. They have 2 kids, busy family. Hi, Andrea. Everyone here. I'm here too, but not sitting at the computer to type and see chat. I'm listening. Try to show more of your long arm work to catch some quilters. Your price is good. I do show it. I just don't show as much as I should. All right. How many am I at? 1. I lose my track. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm at 5. Oh, that's the same as that. I don't want that one. And this is all I do over and over. Oops, I don't want that one again. That's the same as that one. That's the same as that one. That's the same as that one. Got to move them around a little. There we go. 2 different ones. Like that. And I'm just going to keep making it over and over until there's a whole entire huge stack. Oop, that's the same as that one. My goodness. Let's find one that's not the same. Aha, there we go. Nope, that's the same. I don't really care. Screw it. That's not that bad. And this one there. And this one. And this one. And that one. And that one. Yeah, that looks good. Whatever. And this one. So this is how I chain stack to chain piece everything, which actually works quite well. I know it seems confusing to you guys, but it's not really complicated. Just keep stacking. Let's see. They're saying hi. So they keep their bears off our products. The idea is simple. Wish I thought of it. Don't forget time change tonight. Oh, not for me. It's going to be super cute. I'm starting with cheap machine from Walmart. Does it really make a difference if you have a more expensive machine? And that is a big no. It doesn't matter the machine. I started with a cruddy old, almost broke down Brother machine that I had had since I was, I don't know, 15 or 16 years old. And then I had another one that was from when I was a kid. And when I get talking, I forget what I'm at. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now I'm on this one. That. And that. Look at that. See? So this is how I do this. 2, 3, 4. And I don't like that one, so I will swap it out with a different one. Oops, I'm right here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just mixing them up as I go. So I could just like stack all these up if I wanted, you know, and just let them be random, which is okay. It's the same. But I like to make sure that no 2 pieces are exactly the same. Kind of, you know, give it a little bit of a, oops, that's the same. That's the same. Kind of sucks when you're only using a certain amount of colors. So I like to make it, you know, a little bit blended, I guess. It's going to be hard because I'm like running out of mixtures for blending. Let's use that one. Oops, there's 2 blues in that. I don't want 2 blues. That don't match. There we go. So when you guys see me make certain blocks, and this is what you see me doing, it's because this is me being creative and blending everything around. You guys are just talking about machines. Started on there. Wish I had them. Piecing older vintage. I used my grandmother's. Yes, Teresa Louise. So right, 1/4 is important to perfect joining blocks so that one each creates. Okay, you guys are just talking. So I'm gonna not get out of count by just going now. Oops, I don't want 2 of the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, that's the same. Don't want no green. Don't want that brown either. Nope, don't want that either. Oh my gosh, is there going to be a piece? I'm going to have to start blending these differently because now I'm just the same pieces over and over again. Oops, wrong way, Tiffy. Wrong way. I think I'm going to have more of these pieces than I am of my 4 patches. I don't know how I did that one. I'm probably going to have to take some 4 patches and turn, or some of the long strips and turn them into 4 patches. Yep, that's what I'm going to have to do because there's more of those. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I only have 10 of those left. Now I have tons and tons of these left. I don't know how that was possible. Maybe it's because I sewed 2 per 4 patch. That's probably why. I don't know if that's going to work even if I cut these, because they still have to equal 5 1/4, 5 1/2. Or I can use them as a border, or to make alternate blocks. I don't know. All right, 2 more left to do. And then I guess I'm going to have to figure out something because definitely have not enough pieces. There we go. So this is what I have left of all that, but I can't cut them. Hold on. So they're 5 1/2, 5 1/2, and these come out 5 1/2 also when put together. Yep. So if I cut these in half and then sew them, I would lose my 5 1/2 inch. So I think what I'm going to do is make a secondary block. Let me count these. I can't see comments. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There's 28 right there. I'm just going to do it like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't see comments. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So there's an equal amount. So I can make all these into blocks. I'm going to slide those out of the way because I'm going to move it over just for now. I'm going to take these and do this, like that, and like that. I'm going to make that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to make pinwheels as my second block. And then whatever's left over can go in the back of the quilt. And I'll just alternate blocks. I think that'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hold on, let's see. Trying to read. My tips say okay. I'm still working on Granny's looking now 40 years of the fancy stitches, but it's a real workhorse. I have my mother-in-law's old now. My mom's singer on stress. She got a wedding present. She still has it. I also collect antique machines from yard sales. A little advice to keep. I have to keep working, but I'm watching. Okay. My mom sees Urbanina over 40 years, 97. It's hard finding machines where I live. Where are you in Canada? About 20 miles away from 20 minutes away from Niagara Falls. Wow, that's awesome. Need to look on sale pages online. Dang it, CP just went. We have to look. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, oops, 2, 3, and 4. So it just said, get into what you want to focus on. You can buy the right machine. Exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a pretty big quilt, especially with sashing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to keep counting or my mind will like totally forget. It's weird. And 4 left. They don't match, which is pretty darn awesome. Okay. Now for some chain piecing. And I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm going to leave these right there. Actually, I'm kind of move them out of the way so they're not in my way. And I'm going to show you how this works, guys. Okay. So here's my stack, right? I'm going to move the camera back enough to where you can see me pull from my stack. This should be far enough back. Maybe I should turn the screen though, so that you guys can, maybe I can actually see when something happens, because I missed that last night. Okay. Where am I? Having my phone. Okay. It's beautiful visit there when 16 years old. Not to be rude, the Americans, the difference between Canadian side of the falls and the US was huge. The Canadian side was lovely. I've never been there, so I couldn't tell you. Online, I'm not ready to invest until I get more experience. Yeah, I would. It took me a while before I got this machine, and then when I got it, and it was like, and it got fast, and I was like, oh yeah, I love this. It's way different than using that brother. Way different. So they did practice until I upgrade on Craigslist. Hi, Carla. Is it Charla or Carla? Charla? I think it would be Charla. Sometimes I don't get names correct, so you guys can correct me. Yes, better than late now. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well tonight. I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, I remember you said 3.5 inches finished, so no pre-cuts were used. I used fat quarters for this. These pieces were originally a 5.5 inch strip from a fat quarter. I cut two 5.5 inch strips from a fat quarter, and then two 3-inch strips. This is a 5.5 inch strip subcut into 3-inch pieces, and then the 3-inch strips were subcut to 3 inches square. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. Here are the pieces, right? Just like this. So here's the stacks. This is how they go. I'm going to take this stack first because this is my top row. I'm going to set this other stack bottom, aside. I'm going to take these and I'm going to keep these in order. This is the whole purpose of this chain piecing and getting this correct, is keeping it in the same order that I just laid everything out in. So there's a method to my madness. There is only one seam to nest between two of these pieces because this is pressed to the dark and this was pressed to the dark. So they nest right up. There should be no big deal. They're exactly the same size. Oh, and by the way, my white was cut the same. I cut exactly at 8 fat quarters worth, which was 2 yards, and exactly 8 fat quarters worth, and cut the same 2 5.5 inch strips from all pieces and 2 3-inch strips, and then subcut. So, all right, I'm going to start sewing these through. And all I do is just grab the one from one side of me. I have it right here, and this one from this side of me. One right on top of the other. Again, they shall nest right easily because they're pressed to the dark. That's if you want to follow along with this project when we finally see what it turns out looking like. I'm not going to knock or cut or get anything out of order. I'm going to keep these pieces exactly the way they are. Chain piecing the lot of them through. Because everything is already in a specific order, and that's the way I like it. Gotta catch you all later. Okay, June, we'll see you next time. It's okay. Sounds like Charla. Oh, Charla. Okay, that works. Hopefully I'll remember that next time. I have trouble remembering names. Like some of you have screen names and told me your real names. I don't remember. Some I do, some I don't. Sometimes I confuse them. Yeah, it's a problem. I can't help it though. So I end up reverting back to your screen names if you have like a different name than your actual first name kind of thing. So again, all this is lining up nicely. My seams are nesting. It's working out perfectly. I don't use any pins because I'm not a pinner. I have pins, just don't use them. Sometimes I do. Not always. I guess when you teach yourself and you're used to not using them, after a while, it becomes okay not to use them. I use pins though when I piece diamonds. Other than that, I don't use many pins. Or maybe big pieces, like long stuff, I guess. And I use pins. How many of you guys have tons of pins, but you don't use them? Tell me now, and in the comments below after the video, for those that watch it later. Tattoo, oh my god, it was something your 5-year-old son drew. Okay. Sassy cat also, what the heck? Yellow yarn is in the wrong chat as well. Okay, wow, definitely some issues there tonight, huh? It's very random. That's sure a lot. That's what I get for having late night videos, guys. Doesn't really happen much during the day. So thank you to my moderators for being here, catching that tonight, because I didn't see it. Yeah, wasn't it? That is a lot. All in like one video. It's crazy. Crazy. I did like the comment though. Your tattoos look like they were by a 5-year-old. Well, guess what? I don't care. My tattoos are old. Probably older than the person trolling. What the heck? Another one? Wow. That's crazy. I can't see them all. If they're not saying anything stupid, how many is that going to be? My goodness. Hold on, let me click through all this real quick. Some of these are seriously funny. Ah. This is hilarious. I'm able to read the deleted messages on some of these. How weird comments don't make any sense, right? It's because I'm a public channel. That's why. So anybody can click on a live feed video when people type in live streams, you know? I don't know why they have to say stupid things, but like the one comment said, how many pins you got in your face? They're not called pins, they're called jewelry, piercings. Hello. Asking for my emo friend. Like, seriously? They're obvious. Duh. I got more in other places. Would you like to know where? Just kidding, guys. I have to be silly about it too. So it's different trolls, about 2 messages per troll. I like your quilting wasn't bad. Unless their previous comment was something dumb. What emo kids do when they grow up is play on quilter channels. Interesting. Yeah, I'm laughing too. I only saw a couple and they were stupid. What's the point, right? Exactly, Andrea. Guess I'm putting you moderators to work tonight. Sorry for that. Was not expecting that. It's usually very, very, very rare on my channel. It's also random. All right. Hi, Connor. Connor's not fake. Been on my channel before. You guys don't have to hide him. I know you guys see man names sometimes in there. Some of these were man names, but they seemed like normal names. All right, so this is how this works. I'm done with all these pieces. What I'm going to do is this was the bottom piece. So what I'm going to do is take that and put it on the bottom. Then I'm going to take the next one, put that on top of it, and I'm opening them up as I stick them over here like this. So I'm opening them. So then this would be the next one. Open it up. This is the next one. Open it up. This is how I do this. Usually I do it a lot faster. I make a nice, pretty big stack, especially when I'm doing loads and loads and loads of pieces. I make sure nothing gets turned around, which it hasn't. So obviously it's still good. So I'm just going to stack them all up. And I try to keep them in order. I do not pull them out of order at all. Sometimes I don't even stack them like this open, but most of the time I do. Just because I like to make sure everything lined up in the spot it was supposed to. And I'm not going to press in between this next step. And there's not very many pieces. I've done some where I made like 125 blocks, you know, so I had definitely had my work cut out for me, and I only messed up 1 block out of the whole entire thing, and I had to go fix it. I don't know how I got, I must have been talking or got up or something, and I got the piece out of order. So I'm just stacking them all up, keeping them in order, not losing my next piece. And there's the last one. So I keep these together. I'm going to put these back up there. I'm going to grab the next two, the ones that were below it. And I'm going to stick these right here. I'll put those behind me because I don't need them right now. And now I'm going to do the same exact thing. Oh man, did I get cut off? How'd that happen? Let's see. I'm good. Just getting some sewing done. This is the first time I've seen trolls on your channel. Good you said something because I was just about to get them. They came from Fat Quarters Live a few weeks ago. It was rude stuff. They were having trouble deleting it. Kimberly was trying to keep going, but it was awkward. Oh, on the Fat Quarter Shop. You know, I was actually on a channel once and they used my name, and it was the weirdest thing because it was kind of true. It said, and I was had been the last person to make a comment, and their comment was, Tiffany has big beautiful breasts. I want to suck them. I do have big beautiful breasts. It was just so funny though. It was like, Tiffany has big beautiful breasts, and then they said, I want to suck them. And obviously it's still a rude comment, but so it got deleted. But I just thought it was like, how do they know that? You know, I don't know. It was kind of funny though, in a way. It gave me a little chuckle. I was like, that's kind of funny. You know, Quilter for Life quilts. Wait a second. That one put, I hate trolls. Is Quilter for Life quilts fake? You got a key ring in your lip. Is that the only thing that one said? Lisa says, what machine do you use? I'm looking, get into quilting. I use a Juki TL 2010Q. So we don't know if Quilter for Life quilts is real or not. It's so weird. There's so many of them tonight. I can't tell if they're real from here. I'd have to have my computer. I'm not sure if they're real or not. And I don't know. Let's see if they're real or not. Let's let them come back. Let's see if it was real or not. We'll let them come back. And if they're not real, then I'll delete it, obviously. It's a full moon out there. Is it a full moon? I didn't see a full moon. Earlier, it looked kind of big, but not full. All right. Again, I'm going to sew these and keep them in order. Guessing Quilters for Life is fake. Well, yeah, they haven't came back yet. I unhid it to see, and it hasn't came back with anything, so. I mean, two of the messages seemed normal, and then it said, do you have key ring? Lisa, I'm real. I just have Down syndrome. This is just rude. You mean the trolls on here is just rude? I quilt religiously. I love you. Are you real too? Because there's quite the names on here tonight. For my oh my God, what is the word for it now? For my moderators, leave it for a minute. Let me see some of these come in real quick, and we're going to ask them questions and see. Okay. And then when it gets rude, I'll delete it, obviously, or you can. See, I can't look at the channel, Teresa. Not from here, at least. It says go to channel. Obviously, most channels have 0 subscribers. So, I mean, I don't know. That's all I see is 0 subscribers on most of them. What's your heron plug? Don't know what that is. So that would be deleted. Let's see. Okay. I'm not fake, just mentally disabled. You guys make me feel less human. Less human. I don't know how you would feel less human from quilting. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Let's see. Lisa, we are normal people, and I have disabilities too. You'd be surprised. So I don't know how you could feel less human. We'll see. The trolls make me feel less human. They make me feel like I just want to pop out in song and sing something really stupid with bad words, but I can't. No, I have multiple sclerosis. If I had Downs, you'd be able to notice. So that comment right there says you're fake. So, see how that works? That's why I said leave them. That's how you tell if they're fake. Okay. They're talking about some other rude people and not you. Exactly. Onion rings now? Let's see. Do you know how to make clothes for dogs? No, I don't. That was a pretty normal comment, guys. Wow. It's kind of funny. Some of them are normal. Some of them are not. And then they get rude. You can just delete the bad ones if a bad one comes in, but knowing how to make clothes for dogs isn't a bad comment, honestly. It's kind of funny. Because I don't. Not something I've learned how to do. Is this just one person making these comments? No, it's just a bunch. Okay, I was hoping to find someone to make sweaters for my healers. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Who knows? It's weird. Geez, so many. I reckon it's a group of kids. It probably is. They're all going on their YouTube channels and saying stupid stuff, you know. I just realized that those were like the same. So I swapped them in hopes that the top ones are not the same from the other stack. Oh, this has got me like so thinking it's so funny. I mean, do they have multiple channels? I don't know, probably. I have two myself, but one is for this and one is for just because I have a second Google for storage downloads. I ran out of space, but I can use it on my YouTube. But you guys would know it's me because it's my name again, just written differently. Exactly. Frickin' dust. Oops, did I say that? I said frickin', I think. I tried to catch myself. That's why I said frickin'. Hopefully they'll stop now. So let's go and do something productive, you twits. Yeah, go break out a sewing machine and actually do something productive. Start a channel and show your fellow tweens how to quilt too. You know, the weird part is my channel is not for audiences under the age of 18. So that's kind of odd if they're young teenagers. So hopefully they're all gone now. We can get back to our normal chit chat. Here we go. How many of you thought that whole little thing right there was a little on the funny side? Because that's a first for my channel. That many coming through. That is crazy. How many of you thought it was a little on the funny side? Obviously, if you're watching this video after the fact, you would never know because you can't see deleted comments after the fact watching the chat box. But it was kind of fun. I got a kick out of the pins in my lip. You want to see pins in my lip? I'll take it. Put one in my lip. because the hole is plenty big enough. Just makes me want to giggle. It's always nice to have a good laugh before going to bed later. Good laugh today makes tomorrow a better day. Get it? Okay, so I'm still chain piecing the bottom two pieces now, the bottom row of blocks. So once I get these all through, then I can start putting them together. And then I have the other blocks to make as well. They're changing their names to quilt names, but you can't change your name on YouTube more than once. It's kind of weird. In like 3 months time or 90 days type thing. 90 days is 3 months, but that was kind of funny. You got to admit it, Kim. Cat lady. Sorry. It's funny they're putting quilting into their channel. I know that's the part that I'm getting. I just saw you were doing a live stream sewing, so I popped in to ask about dog sweaters. I'm 57 years old. That's cool then, onion rings. Although saying onion rings is kind of funny. Hi, Diane. Join in on the fun. My moderators are getting at it with a bazillion trolls tonight. The trolls are just looking for attention. Exactly. They're definitely going and changing their name or something like that. I don't know. Not too many teenagers are interested in quilting, so I don't understand why they would troll on quilting channels. I mean, maybe it's my bubbly personality and my tattooed and pierced up appearance that brings them in. And I have my ads set up, so you actually have to watch an ad before starting the video. So, I mean, it's probably taking a while. Each time they have to change out to another name. Super funny. Just one of those nights. It's because it's Saturday. Everybody's getting home from the bar, probably. Nope, it's too early for that. So, no, it's a different excuse, I guess. Yes, if any of you know, then you guys can let Onion Rings know. Somebody who makes clothing for dogs for the, I think it was big dogs, it sounded like. How far back up was it? For healers. So I'm assuming they are medium-sized dogs, not totally big, because healers aren't as big as some dogs. Blue healers, one is 40 pounds and one is 80 pounds. That's a big difference. Is one still a puppy? Yeah, I'm just a quilting channel. I make bags sometimes. And that's about it. And long arm quilting. But there's a lot of people here that join us on my channel, all my friends here that know how to do other things. So you never know. If you ask, maybe somebody might be able to help. That's the second point of my channel, is for other people to get in touch with other people and make friends in your local area. So if two of you are from, I'll just use Arizona as a state because I'm in Arizona. If two of you are also in Arizona, then you say what city and she says what city, and you're like, oh my God, we're like neighbors. Make friends with that person. Get in touch with them on the side or join the Facebook group so that you can have more conversations before you go meet them in person in case you don't trust it. Although I've gone and met a few people and I've had no problems because most of you guys I talk with outside of this too. No, not most of you, a lot of you. We are all pretty much real people. We have one thing in common. We love quilting. All right. 2 more from this stack, and then I can start putting all the blocks together. And my secondary blocks are going to have a little bit less of them, but if I combine them, I should be able to get something really cool. And I still want to add sashing, but we'll see how that works. All right, so I'm going to do the same exact procedure. I'm going to open them because this was my bottom piece, and just start separating them from the bottom like this right here, one right after the other. I'm not going to twist them or anything. I'm going to keep them in the proper orientation, just like this. I'm like thirsty now. That was a stupid one too. My goodness. My boys are on diets because I don't exercise as much as was after an accident at work. Hey, quilting, how dumb was that name? Stood out fast. Just made arrangements on Marketplace now. Let's see, getting pretty fast there, Kim. They didn't have much imagination of owning cats is the worst insult they can come up with. Yeah, right. Quick question. If you rip the back of your jeans, can you sew them back together? What do you mean if you rip the back of your jeans? Like if you get a hole in your jeans, you can. Or you can put a patch on them. You mean like your butt crack of your jeans? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's easy to sew back together. You're piecing an entire quilt in one sitting. I started last night. I'm just putting the blocks together tonight now. Last night I prepped most of everything. And around chit-chatting and ironing for 2.5 hours. I don't think I accomplished as much as I had hoped I would. Tonight I think I'm a little bit more on track, which is a positive thing. All right, so now that I'm slowly doing this, let's find my end again. It fell. Can't let these get out of order. Although there's only 2 ends, so you pretty much know which one is your next one, because the furthest down would be the top piece. And yes, for those that are curious, I don't really get up much when I'm making something. I try to tend to do most of my work in the sit down position, all right next to me, and I chain piece a lot. It's what helps me get quilts done faster, is chain piecing. And then what I'm doing now with the whole stacking thing, putting them back in the order I pulled from, it helps me get things done. So this stack is now done. I'm going to set it aside. 2 perfect pairs of jeans that are in tatters. Thanks, Kim. You were quicker on the answer. There are also iron-on patches for denim is probably what that says. Joann's and other places sell patches for jeans. You can put decorative patch on to make a feature cover. Depending on where your rip is. If the seam rip, you can sew it up. You could also use glue or staples, LOL. Just be sure that it's a denim needle. All right, I'm going to turn my fan on real quick, guys. It's getting warm in here. Okay, so here's the bottom stack. Here's the top stack. And if I hold these together, there's blocks. Okay, so now I just need to sew these 2 together like so. So I'm just going to lay them right here next to me. Let me tip this down just a tad bit so you can see they are next to me like so. Okay, and I'm just going to take 2. And I'm wondering how, it's about the same. Whatever. I'm going to sew them. For some strange reason, it got mixed up. So this top has no match seam, and this bottom will have no seam to match. See that? The only seam to match in this whole project now is the center seam on these blocks. So I'm just going to line them up and start sewing. Then I will line my seam up, and it doesn't really matter which way you press it, honestly. I'm just pressing it towards the dark. So now there's one block, and I'm not going to press this at the iron until I am complete. So now grab another set, put them right sides together, line up the top, because again there's only one seam and that's the center one to match. And I'm going to use my finger to roll it towards the dark. And I actually have no idea how big these blocks are. Let's see. Stretch it as if I pressed it. Oh, look, they're 10.5 inches. Pretty darn good. So there's another one. Now I'm just going to keep going now. Over and over and over. What if I swap that for that? That's good enough. Those two were the same piece. I didn't like that. Again, just going to hold that center. Again, there's another block. I'm just going to keep going until my whole stack is done. Thanks, good people. I'm off to sew up my shame. Hi, Connor. You're welcome. A lot of good ladies here. You may want to consider adding more denim to those jeans to have something for a thread to hold on to. Don't worry, I'm still here. Here, and am I that bad, everyone? No. Or you can just get new jeans. That's another option. Mine are all in a pile for when I'm ready to make a jean quilt. All right, I'm just going to leave these on the machine now. Grab 2, sew. Grab 2, sew. And just keep going over and over until these are all done. I'm glad I turned the fan on because I feel much better now. Like I told you guys before, I have to put towels in front of the door so Scott doesn't hear me as loud. I can't say he doesn't hear me at all, but he doesn't hear me as loud. Although he is most likely asleep by now. Because tomorrow is get up early day. I'm not sure if he's going to church or not. Let's see. Will that one look okay with that one? Yes, it will. I don't know why I wasn't paying attention or something, maybe? I'm not sure, guys. Must have not been paying attention. And that becomes the same thing. Or maybe I flipped it around somehow. That looks good together. But that does not. I don't know what I did wrong. Usually I don't have this problem unless when I was counting them and laying them out that something happened. Let's see. That's 2 of those. No, I don't want that. I'll just put that there. Screw it. It's not going to matter. Nobody's going to know. Only I am going to know. And all the people that watch this video. It's not going to be a big deal. I was trying to be consistent about everything being lined up and matching up just right, though. I mean, that, yeah, see, that one would match that block, and I don't want that. Oh, well. I'm just going to sew them together. Screw it. It's the same thing. No matter what I do. I've been here a while. I'm not talking much. It's okay, Jim. 48 people who can't sleep and quilt, right? DAO, I think I'm insomniac because I used to watch that Dave Attell show all the time. I don't know what that Dave Attell show is. Question, how big is your quilt going to be? That is unknown until it's sewn together. But now we know that this block is 10.5 inches now. So when it's finished, it will be 10 inches. And there's quite a few pieces now. So I don't know how many across and how many down I'm going to sew. And it's also going to have sashing. So I'm assuming it's going to be at least, because I do make pretty big quilts, it will be at least full size. And that's just me guessing right now. Especially by how much fabric I've used already, because if you think about it, 8 fat quarters plus 2 yards of fabric so far, that's 4 yards. And 4 yards can make a twin. So, and then I'm going to be adding sashing, so that makes it, you know what I mean? It just gets bigger as you think about it. So we'll see. We will see how big it is. If anything, it can be used as my hammock quilt, because most of you know I have a hammock outside and I love to lay on it. But I've realized it's not that the fact that it's cold, it's the fact that the hammock itself feels funny on my skin. And since I have MS, it's like a nerve tingly feeling. I need something to lay on the hammock, and then I lay on it. So I was thinking by the time I'm done with this, it could be my hammock quilt. Although I'm not sure about having white outside. So that one might have to think about. But it would make a good hammock quilt. Or I can swap this quilt out for my red quilt, and my red quilt can be my hammock quilt. Not sure. I have a red hexagon quilt I made, and it's giant hexagons. And it's my just throw around the house, or when we have company, they use it, you know, quilt type thing. Can't sell it. It has my last name quilted into it. And I'm not going to rip it out. So I was playing around with bubble letters on the quilting machine. So I had fun quilting my last name into the quilt in bubble letters. I tend to do that. The quote from my mom says, "I love you" in it. Oh, I forgot to show you guys last night too. I knew I said that last night. I was like, I'm going to show you guys. And then I didn't. Because I had to go back and read a comment today. And realized I didn't show the quilt. My neighbors at night hear my machine one going full power metal. I sew at medium after 7 p.m. Yeah, my husband hears me. We have thin walls here. So no, she won't know the size until it's done. Yeah, I never know the size until stuff like this is done. I hear too with different time zones. Yeah, I could tell that. The sewing machines are very loud when the house is quiet. It's amazing how the noise carries. Yeah, definitely. That's another thing with the long arm, having that in the house. If I was to have it in the house, it would be very loud. I wouldn't be able to use it after dark. This time I'd have to use it only during the day because Scott can hear it through the wall when I'm out there in the middle of the night. And I usually use music as like what you call white noise. I use music in the background to white noise out the machine, and it's easier on Scott's ears, to hear that. But sometimes doesn't always work. Tried sleeping. This is as far as I got. Yes, don't forget to like and share my videos. I mean, sharing, when I say share, and some of you don't understand this, there is a share button. You can share it to another quilty friend. You can share the videos via email, Facebook, regular text messaging, through all sorts of services on most standard Android and iPad type devices. Even on the computer, you can share via any of those things as long as you have, those on your computer, like Facebook and Instagram. I don't know if you can share onto Instagram, but my Instagram thing comes up on my cell phone. But that's probably because I share there often, but I don't think you can actually share a video on Instagram. But on Facebook Messenger, and things like that, or in groups, sewing groups. If you guys are in other quilting related groups, you can share in quilting related groups. Just the reason for sharing is so that other people can find my channel easier, because I'm only at, like 1,400 subscribers, or 1,500 subscribers, I think. Somewhere around that number. Leo Marquez. It never bothers my hubby. He sleeps through anything but my voice. It's funny. My hubby can sleep through a lot of things also. Mine can't because he was in the Marines, and he's like, I don't know if it's embedded in his system to be trained to wake to any sound, but he wakes to sound, all sorts of it. It's crazy how much he wakes up. That's why we don't sleep in the same bed either, because I would wake him all night. Every time I get up to move, every time I do anything. So I didn't want bulk, so I had to flip a seam real quick. Sometimes the bulk in seams can prevent you from properly pressing a block. Did you know that? So you need to make sure you guys are pressing them and not letting them get wonky, because if you want your block to lay flat and not have humps and bumps, and what I mean by that is this seam, see how that's kind of messed up a little? Obviously, this is my own quilt. Normally, I would not do that, but you want them to lay flat like this, so that the seam is completely folded down, so that when I press it, I won't have a hump here in the middle. It'll just lay nice and flat. Everything is opposite of each other. And this gets in handy when you have a hump here from not properly laying your seams one way or another. What happens is once you have gotten your quilt ready to be quilted, and or take it to a long armor or whatever it is, your way of quilting. For regular quilting, what's going to happen is your quilting foot is going to hit that knot and you're going to get a jump stitch and it's going to mess up. On long arming, it's the same thing. Some quilting feet with big humps and lumps run across big humps like that from not having flat seams, and then it will jump stitch and it'll make you go wonky and crazy, and then we end up picking it out. So you need to make sure. That's one thing for beginners. I didn't know it when I was a beginner. I had to learn that one the hard way. I was constantly messing up. You need to make sure that your seams are laying complete opposite ways of each other so you have a nice flat stitch. And when you have a ton of block pieces coming together, like especially 8-pointed stars or half square triangles, you end up with a lot. Just make sure that you're pressing everything a specific way, or open seams, however you prefer, to where you don't have a big hump. See how fat that is? My iron is going to go over it nicely. My quilting feet will go over it nicely, so there won't be no bumps and lumps. I learned in the beginning, and let me tell you, I have some quilts that have bumps and lumps from when I first started, and you don't even want to lay on them because you can feel it under, like if you're laying on it and the bump just so happens to be at your side on your rib cage, you can feel it and it actually hurts. So you definitely want to make sure your seams are pressed and or flipped properly when you're sewing them. And that's what I try to make sure of. It makes things lay flatter and it's easier to quilt. Plus it's cleaner looking. Nobody's going to take your quilt apart, but you, for yourself and your own personal whatever, it's cleaner looking inside your quilt. So I'm making sure everything is lying the way I pressed them and or the way I folded them. I think this channel was recommended to me because I can't sleep. You said that the other day, I think, when you were on, Connor, and not because of quilting. I came up, I don't know, a couple other people. There was somebody that did something, and I think sometimes it's the words I say somehow, or maybe the things I write in my description that gets it out there. But some people are recommended my videos, and they have messaged me. And they obviously enjoy the quilting already, but they have messaged me. The reason they ended up on my channel is because they liked motorcycles. And in my beginning videos, there was a motorcycle in the background, because I rode motorcycles. So, I mean, there's different reasons why people would be recommended to my channel and or a video. Maybe because it says something specific in it, like the Minecraft quilt series. My videos are not for children, but before that whole COPPA thing came out, the Minecraft series episodes were watched by children. And it says it in the video on my analytics for the, my video for my channel. That video had children watching it. Why? Because it said Minecraft. Come on now, everybody, any child that sees Minecraft, because that's how I wrote it. So some people are going to see my videos and be recommended to my channel because it says something specific. And if you like it, you don't have to run away. Maybe you want to get, learn something new and learn how to quilt. So it's good when you get recommended to my channel. I'm just a laid back wifey and mother who does this for fun. And I have lots and lots of talented friends out there, all of you. So that's the positive thing. Lots and lots of feedback if you need to know something and I don't know it. And if you want to learn, I got a lot of videos. I got more videos than you can watch in probably a year because all my videos are long. Unless you're into binge watching for days upon days. I have a lot of videos. All right. So now I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm counting out loud. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So now to press all these. Hi, Linda. Oh, did we have another one? My goodness. Take clothes off. Take clothes off. Oh, lots of take clothes offs. Oh, so stupid. Thank you, Kim. Thank all of you guys. My moderators, you guys are awesome. All right, let's turn this iron on. And I'm going to take you guys this way for now. Oh, no, don't fall on me now. All right. Let's come down here. Give you guys some light so you can see now. I have a 100% humongo disaster going on over here too. Gwen, well guys, I have to give up. Good night. Okay, Gwen. See you on the next time side where it's not sleepy time. Hi, Cindy. Well, it says that there are 46 of you. Holy moly. Lots of insomniacs out there, guys. Lots of insomniacs. See this? When they don't flip, it makes it harder to get it flat. That's okay. We're going to make it flat. So I'm going to press it flat. Okay, nice flat block. And some of my seams are probably not going to be perfect because I rushed through this. But that's okay because I don't care. So, one block nice and pressed. 27 more to go. Now that you had some time with your new iron, what do you think? I am going to have to purchase a new one for me. I actually really like it. I like the one main cool thing about this iron is that it is portable. Like there's no cord. I'm not getting like normally I had the cord just getting stuck and it was like lifting the iron to get the more cord. This I don't have to do that. So that is the number one positive of this. The second, it definitely steams really well, but there's a downside to that. It runs out of steam, or you know how this comes off. This runs out of water really fast when using steam. Like it's almost halfway already, and I just filled it right before going live. And I've been turning it off and then turning it back on. So yeah, so it definitely runs out of water quickly. So that would be the downside. It steams nicely, but runs out quick. And I have to have water. You guys, there's some of you that probably don't use water in your irons, but I am 100% a steam iron girl. The plus side also is that I'm right-handed and the steam is on the right thumb side, which I like. It has the steam adjustment so you can have no steam and just nothing unless you press the button, but it would have no steam without, or you can turn it up. It still has the water thing. I don't like that the buttons are not on if it's not on the charger. So I hit a button. Let's see if it turned it off. No, it's still on. It's blinking now. So the buttons, let me turn this. The buttons are only working when it's on the charger. So you can't tell. So that's a negative about it. Definitely. I definitely like to be able to see if it's going to light up that it's on the right setting and I haven't messed it up or whatever. The third plus is it lasts longer than I thought it would. The downside is that it really doesn't last that long. You have to keep putting it on the base. And I'm 100% used to holding my iron and going next, 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 next without having to return it to a base. So that would be a downside for me. But at the same time, I am cordless and I'm more mobile than I was without being attached to a cord. So, I mean, it could be a bad thing and it could be a good thing for some. For me, it's like in between because you can't just leave it here like this. You know what I mean? Like some of those irons have the up and down. You can probably just leave them. I'm used to just sticking it up like this. Can't do that, you know? Must return to base. So, I mean, it has its ups and downs, but I'm liking it so far quite a bit. And I 100% thanked Teresa a bazillion times up and down because this is so awesome. And see, like this now, it didn't sit on the charge port long enough to heat back up since the last block. So now I have to wait until it starts making noise. And then I know it's hot enough. That's one thing about it. And if I'm in a hurry, I would get really frustrated with that, you know. And it says you can use it as a steamer, but honestly, okay, so I'm going to pull this back over again. Honestly, even though it says you can use it as a steamer and it shows a picture of you holding it upward like this. See, can you guys see that steam? It's not really much. Not as much as normal. I don't know if you can tell on the camera though. It's not what I'm used to. Like, not Squeak, but McSteamy, my other iron, which is the Black & Decker that needs to be cleaned, which will probably never get cleaned now that I have a new iron. But McSteamy is the most steamy iron I've ever had. And yes, for those that are new to my channel, I did name all of my irons. This one has no name yet. Let's see. All right, Robbie, good sleep. No, okay, I saw that. Looks good to me. No, I think that having no cord tangling up would be a plus. Yes, it's definitely a plus. Interesting block tip. Can't wait to see the layout. Cords do get in the way. I need to find a cord tamer. The Bath and Beyond is where you found yours. I had one of the original Oliso irons and it gave up the ghost. The problem was I had with it was dripping. Oh, okay. Daniel has the Panasonic. It's a great iron. Super slick stainless steel sole plate. This one is aluminum or stainless steel. I don't even know the difference, honestly. I think it looks aluminum. Hold on, because I can tell you. This one I think is the stainless steel. This one I think is aluminum. You can see the difference, except for the fact that this is ruined. Doesn't say. I'm looking at the directions, guys. Nope, doesn't say. And this one is porcelain. It still gets stuck, but this one's a porcelain one. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this one's a porcelain one. So I've had tons of different kind. The other one I just threw away was a porcelain one as well. All right. I'm just going to try to get these done quick while I talk. There we go. Really nice and flat. Thought it would be better with pressing open seams when making bags. Oh, this iron, you mean? Craig Tuner, are you from Oklahoma? Who from Oklahoma? Me? No, I'm not. And I don't even sound like I would be, so don't say that it's an accent that made you think that. Because I am not. Polished stainless steel when pressing rows of a quilt. I see a lot of comments over various chats, but the Oliso seems to have to be replaced a lot. Really? I use them in the iron and quilting and the full size when the top is done. Are you from Oklahoma? Why do you need to know if I'm from Oklahoma or where I'm from? I'm in Arizona. My daughter gifted me Oliso. I was excited and hope it lasts. The Oliso is definitely more expensive, that's for sure. Isn't that iron is still like in the hundreds, like 130 or something like that. Okay, I'm pretty sure that one's fakey. Remove. Move. Move. Well, lost that hour. Sam, I need some sleep. I can't wait to see the top one finished. Okay, Leo. See you next time. Full size for pressing yardage and quilt tops. I have a small press mat and my little sunbeam. And it looks like to you guys that I'm like knocking these out of whack, but I really am not. I'm just making sure that my seams are laying nice. Trying to like press it first, like this, and then rolling it back. But it seems every single seam one on this bottom piece is kind of not opening all the way. Kind of odd. Did they ask something stupid again? I seriously need to know where I live. So many people coming on tonight. Hope this doesn't become a regular thing with trolls. It'll frustrate me on my Insomniac videos. And I like lots of steam, so I mean this iron is sort of cutting it, but sort of not, if that makes any sense. But that's okay, because it's 100% easy to use. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Linda. If I didn't say it before. make the other blocks. And then I got to put these together and make something out of it with sashing. Because I really, really want to use my sashing. But then I might not. I might just have some real fun putting this together in something weird. Or not. Let's see. And I don't know why, but if it's running out of steam, it must mean it needs to be charged more. Yep. So that's the problem. It's not getting hot enough and staying hot enough long. The blocks have come out very square. They usually do. I mean, they're not perfect, but I try. I don't aim for perfection, and I don't care if it is perfect because I'm just showing you guys how to make something. So, yeah. Tell my cat. What do you tell your cat? Window, where is it? What did she say? People are strange. So now I know. I'm not catching on. That's what's happening. Hate to break it to everyone, there's no such thing as perfect, right? And I always have one really big mess up, which I've already had because I did not like my first pattern or the first design I tried to go with. But they are definitely not perfect. Far from it. They are cool though. And I don't care what anyone says about good material or not good material. This is a Benertex line and it is shredding like crazy. Somebody was saying something to me a couple weeks ago about fabric shredding. How to know when fabric is cheap? It shreds a lot. Well, guess what? This is Benertex and it is shredding like crazy. And Benertex is a popular brand. But look at this. Look at all that. Off of all these blocks. It's definitely shredding. So, I mean, it's not the brand. It's just what fabric does. So I have to say about that because I don't remember when it was, but I just did something with an Andover fabric and that shredded like crazy too. And even some batiks shred, which usually those don't, but they do. Just depends on the brand. Good or bad, all fabric shreds. Aren't these just so cute though? So far. I don't know what the rest of it's going to look like when they get put together. I'm going to press this bottom piece first every time because some of these are just coming out really funky. And they want to fold. This is taking longer than I thought. My goodness, 28 blocks taking this long to press. It's also because I was babbling. seem to take longer when I babble. I wonder if I do it with my finger first. What's everybody doing? It's quiet tonight. Now that the trolls are gone, has everybody got their amusement and started falling asleep? I really don't care. I'm glad you guys are all here. Nobody's chatting. I keep looking at the screen and there's nothing new on it. Unless I froze. I don't think that happened because the other screen would have told me. Okay, maybe my actual screen over here froze. Let's see. I didn't die out, guys, did I? I'm at 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm going to have to stop after this. And I can't see the comments, unfortunately, because my other screen will not load. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, all right, I saw that pressing takes a lot of time. No getting around it. Important step. It's an important step when I get to that step, too. I usually don't do it right away. Let's see. I get sleepy when the sun pops out. Same, Linda. I'm getting sleepy and it's early here, but I did have a really busy day. Not my choice, my side effects from illness. But I've adjusted. Same for Jim. No perfection. Well, that's depressing. Just went to 3 a.m. here. Oh yeah, a lot of you have time. Well, actually, all of you have time change. I don't. I don't have to worry about it. It's only 1:07 a.m. here. And it's staying 1:07 a.m. here. But now some of you are going to be different time than me for a while. 3 a.m. there too. 4:06 for Linda. 4:06 for Kim. Wow, some of you guys are becoming further away from my time. My goodness. Every spring. So now when you guys watch me on Sundays, instead of 5 p.m. for some of you, when I say I come on at 5 p.m., so instead of 6 or 7 p.m. for some of you, it's like 8, 9, and 10 p.m., huh? Maybe I should stop asking if you guys are sewing for Sunday. I could think about changing the time, but it would be hard because of the girls. That's the time slot I have now. The girls usually go home within 15, 20 minutes of me going on. Okay, last block, and my thing is now empty. Okay, all these blocks are done. I'm going to tip this up, guys. Let's go for a walk over here. Okay, turn that down a little. Turn that off. So here's my stack of blocks. There's 28 of them. I still have that pile to do. making these. I am not going to make those right now because I have now exceeded my time limit. Since I did tell you guys, I'm going to try to keep it. I know you guys are, a lot of you responded to my start to finish quilting, and most of you, actually all of you so far, love it and are glad that I do it this way. But I do need to keep my videos under a certain time because it makes it easier. So I've been on for now 2 hours and 30 minutes, and we had a lot of waste of time tonight due to trolls. And I'm sorry for that. And for those of you watching this video after the fact, just know that it was super funny. Okay, so time change, silly, hate daylight savings. It makes no sense. I know it's for farmers, guys. That's why daylight savings originally began, is so farmers had more time. There's not very many farmers anymore, and it doesn't really matter. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off of here. I love you all. Thank you all for joining. If you are new to my channel, which some of you have came on that are new tonight, head down there. Or maybe it is that way. It's that way. And hit that subscribe button. It is that way. I had to look at the screen again because it's opposite from me. Head down there. Subscribe, like my videos, and share. And yeah. This was the Insomniac Quilting series, always done after 10 p.m. Not sure what day, it just happens when it happens. So I will try to come on again either tomorrow night or the next night to finish this. When I start something Insomniac, I finish an Insomniac. So just know that. But tomorrow, be here around 5 p.m. my time, Arizona time. Remember, it's changed for you guys, not for me. Come around for Sew Sunday. I'm not really teaching, but we are sewing and chit-chatting, so, which I'm good at. Like, very good. Bye, guys. Get some sleep. Good night. Love you all.